there. So let me just make sure no one is in the agency therapy room, which no one is freaking there, which is beautiful, which means everybody's starting to adapt to the new format of being on YouTube. Absolutely love being on YouTube, love doing these live streams for you guys. So let's keep it active. And let's keep it entertaining, right? And super stoked for the topics today. We have a few that we're going to be covering, and maybe we'll cover everything within this hour. We'll see. We'll see how much time that we have, but we're talking agency secret letters today for sure. You guys, let's set up the fattest pack of letters. And if you guys don't know what the agency secret letters are, I will tell you exactly what they are. We cover them at least once a month because that's when they send out the letters, but I'll fill you in on that here in just a minute. Also be talking about strategies to overcome recessions and essentially what you guys should be chatting about with your clients right now, the educational process that I think really needs to take place to keep everyone not being afraid to spend money. Okay, this is the time where people tend to shrivel up and shrink and hide away all their money. Okay, we'll talk about the strategies that hopefully will help you overcome some of those pieces. Okay, and I also want to chat about our switch to ClickUp. Jeremy Lane in the freaking building. Let's go, my boy. Always supporting, always repping. Appreciate you, brother. So we'll talk about some strategies to help overcome some of those recession fears. And then we're also going to be talking about ClickUp and our switch to ClickUp from Monday and why you should be leaving your project management software in the dust for ClickUp because of all of the awesome features that it has. And then if we have time, we'll talk about underperforming content and kind of overcoming our fears. A little bit of mindset talk. If we have time, we'll potentially talk about it. But those are the main ones. And then I want to make sure we leave enough time for Q&A if necessary. And if you guys aren't in the Discord channel, I don't know, is Oz here today? If Oz is here today, maybe he can link us with the Discord channel. If you're not in the Discord, we'd love to have you in there. But let me real quick drop this, or maybe Oz can drop it. If Oz is here, I'll let him drop it. If not, when we go into Q&A, I will drop the link so you guys can join the Q&A. Hashtag sponsored. We do have sponsors today, which is a perfect transition, Risk Theory, of our sponsors today. And the very first sponsor of the day that will be sponsoring the agency secret letters is, of course, our friends over at Sellers Funding. Thank you so much for featuring this segment. Super stoked about it. Sellers Funding is a global financial technology company on a mission to empower growth for e-commerce sellers by providing the most comprehensive suite of financial solutions in today's digital world. E-commerce is unquestionably reshaping the retail industry, and small and medium e-commerce businesses operating in this space are the main force in driving this change. As entrepreneurs pave the way for new brands and unique business opportunities, and new business opportunities are created, it's only natural that a need for a tailored financial infrastructure emerges, and that's where Sellers Funding comes in. Their digital platform delivers a suite of financial solutions that make growing your business easier by streamlining your ability to sell almost anywhere in the world, whether you're looking to get capital to scale your business, launch new products, and expand into new markets, or a cash management solution to help you improve your operational performance. They are here to make your life easier, save your time and money, and help you achieve success. If you guys don't know about Sellers Funding, go and check them out. They're absolute gangsters in the space. They are helping so many e-commerce brands grow and scale. And if you're an e-commerce agency and you have e-commerce brands that are afraid to spend money because cash is tight, supply chain is tough to come by, and there's not the budget for marketing efforts, they're the great people to talk to because they'll be able to fund the e-commerce brands that you're working with. So go check them out. Sellers Funding, gangsters. Chili's is missing out, man. Hey, one day we will have a chili sponsor, but that'll be coming down the pipeline. So let's jump into it, you guys. Look at what 4Media did. Come on now on the over delivery of value. Absolutely insane. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different segments in this agency secret letters mailing today. If you guys don't know who 4Media Marketing is, they are one of the top dogs in the agency space. Absolutely love these guys, led by Mr. Eddie Malouf himself. Their team is awesome, incredible culture. If you guys don't follow 4Media, they have an incredible podcast. They have a lot of cool things happening in their agency. They're a full stack agency. They've got offices in the UK. Their main headquarters is in Atlanta. They're doing some really cool things. So if you aren't following along in their journey, you should be. And if you don't have their agency letters, why not? They're great. And if you missed out on the initial offering, they used to be $97 and a little bit more expensive now. I think it's like $127 per month to receive their agency letters. And every month they over deliver and it's value packed. I'm not even an agency owner, and I get them. So pretty cool stuff that they got in here. So let's dive in. And as you guys know, if you've been a part of any of our agency secret letters talks, you know that I'm not just going to give you everything that's inside of the letters, right? Like, we're going to cover some of the basics and what they talk about. I'm going to like tell you like the value that they're bringing to the table. Hopefully will help generate some ideas for your business, but I can't just like give you everything, because like this is a paid, like I pay for this, other people pay for this, so it would be unfair to just give it away for free. So if you're interested, you can go and check that out. They're incredible, awesome people that over deliver on all of their content. I think it's just agencysecretletters.com or something like that. Just Google Agency Secret Letters 4Media. It should come up, and you can jump into the program. This is not affiliated, by the way. I get zero kickback from this. Or, you know, Eddie, if you're here, I mean, come on. I'm going to send some people your way for these Agency Secret Letters. But anyway, you guys definitely check them out. But I want to dive in today and just give you an idea of like what they're thinking about, what they're talking about, things that they're changing in their business, because I think it will give you some insight on things that you can change in your business without giving away too much of the details. So let's jump in to it, baby. So kicking off the Agency Secret Letters, the first segment that they talk about is time is ticking, may even be talking, right? And so they jump into TikTok and their TikTok and how they're leaning into TikTok over the last probably 6 months or so. Okay, and this was led by their by Nick Anderson, who is their their head of marketing for TikTok specifically. So Nick goes extremely in depth on their strategy, and essentially he talks about like there's needing to be like an organic presence from brands posting on TikTok. So if you are a digital agency serving direct-to-consumer brands, you need to push them to create content organically on TikTok, and they have to be posting on TikTok. And I think that's like not a like shock to anyone. Like, I don't think that's giving away too much. They do talk about their strategy in here, and we'll kind of talk about that in a second without giving away too much once again. But there needs to be a push for TikTok content if you have a brand in this space. And so the whole idea of TikTok, I guess, is like building brand awareness, right? And if you're a brand and you're trying to build on TikTok, like that's essentially what you guys should be doing is pushing TikTok content to build brand awareness. And what's great about pushing things like that is that you learn a lot about your consumer, what they respond to, the type of content that they respond to. And as you guys know, TikTok has a great organic reach. Okay, you're gonna get a lot of eyes for $0 simply through TikTok and being consistent and doing it a lot. So if your brands aren't on TikTok right now, please push them to do that. They should be on there already. Okay. And so essentially like what 4Media is doing right now is like they're making a big push with TikTok, and they're offering a lot of free content with their creative team to run along with their paid ads, because at the end of the day, they're so tightly linked together. Good creative is tied to paid ads, and if they don't have good creative, chances are the paid ads aren't working very well. Okay. Then they deep dive into the actual buying strategy inside of this segment. So all of you nerdy media buyers out there, if you're like looking for something to like really chew on, this is a good opportunity to see what their agency is doing in the TikTok. And they reveal everything from top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel secrets. They also give a list of their top 10 hooks that are working right now. So definitely something that you guys should check out. As far as the TikTok stuff goes, they put together a really nice packet specifically on TikTok. Thank you to Nick Anderson for doing that. Fantastic right up here. 10 out of 10. And I think a lot of people are going to get value from this one. So that's the first one. Okay, second one. Top 3 breakthroughs in email and SMS department. Okay, so what they're currently doing in email and SMS. And if you guys don't follow him already, his name is Matt Deitch. He's super cute. He's single. You should go check him out. All right. like literally and metaphorically, go check him out. Okay. But they talk a lot about their email and SMS department. And if you guys aren't, if you have an email and SMS department, great. But like if you're a paid social agency, you're running Facebook ads, you're TikTok ads, man, like it'd be smart to start exploring that email and SMS route, because we talk about borrowed audience versus owned audience, and it's nice to have an owned audience as a part of building a D2C brand, because you can always go back to those people. And so if you're currently leaving that off of the table, would highly recommend getting into the email and SMS world. Start learning about it. Buy these letters. They will teach you a lot about what their team is currently doing on email and SMS. But they talk about building out their efficiencies and how they structure their email and SMS team, which is really cool. A lot of people just talk tactics around email and SMS flows and creatives that are working, but very few people talk about the actual structure of the team. And this is what they reveal inside these letters. They give you kind of like the blueprint on how to build more emails with fewer people. So they're kind of giving you the efficiencies of the department as well. And once again, tightening up those efficiencies and utilizing automations to actually build out that department. So really cool segment, especially on the email and SMS side. So much of the email and SMS education out there is simply around like just building better emails, becoming a better copywriter, things like that. So which is all great. Like, yes, you absolutely need to do that, but it's cool to see that they're kind of pivoting a little bit here and talking more about the efficiencies and how to build out their team. They also talk about their due dates and how they're building their calendars. So once again, more structure pieces in there. So go check that out. Go follow Matt Deitch. His Instagram is at Matt Deitch, DEISCTH, I think. TCH, something like that. So Matt's super cool dude, guys. Definitely go check him out. He's super giving of his time as well. I'm just like freely telling you to go and shoot him a DM, and he'll probably respond to you, which I don't know if he's up for that or not, but hey, you never know. You gotta shoot your shot, right? So boom, email, SMS, get it out of here. Okay, next up, there's a 91% chance that your leads list sucks, and it has nothing to do with your marketing. Absolutely loved this write-up, led by Matt Bauman. Super great write-up, and essentially what they talk about is the infrastructure of your CRM, and scrambling to update and change CRMs is something that every single agency struggles with. We even struggled with this we struggled with it in our agency, but we also struggle with it in our consultancy. So they talk about a lot of the data and how they're organizing it in the CRMs, things like automations and integrations that they're utilizing to make sure that every single lead that gets inputted into their pipeline is as effective as possible. And they have a stat in there that says 91% of data in CRMs, in CRM systems, is incomplete, stale, or duplicated each year. So they really dive deep on, how much, you really spend a lot of time and money on CRMs, ads, events, and a bunch of lead gen tactics. So you got to make sure that you're organized inside your CRM, and they talk a lot about their organization inside of their CRM. So super cool write-up by Matt. Good work on this one, man. 10 out of 10. I'm about it. Love the organization. Got to make sure that you're scraping your CRMs. I literally just had a talk about this with my partner today, Nicholas, and he was like, dude, like, we have to pay attention to our CRMs more. And I was like, I know. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, I don't disagree. It's not fun to do. Cleaning up your CRM is like the worst thing ever. Follow-ups are the worst thing ever, but it's how you make money. So clean up your CRMs. Good write-up. Nice job, Matt Bauman. All right, let's talk about the Attribution Dilemma. This is something, I'm not going to go super deep on the Attribution Dilemma write-up. Who wrote this one? I didn't write this down. My bad. Christian wrote this one. Christian is their head of client success over at 4Media. And I do enjoy this write-up, but like we've been talking about, and it's funny, it's called the Attribution Dilemma. Like we've been talking about attribution for the longest time in the marketing space. And honestly, like if you haven't, no one's figured it out, right? Like everyone is still struggling around this topic. And so essentially what they talk about is their strategy around marketing efficiency ratio, or MER. And so they just talk a little bit more about their strategy. I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty of it because, dude, like what a boring topic about, to talk about on a live stream. But they're using Triple Whale, which is similar to Hyros and Wicked Reports. So it's just the software that they decided to run with for attribution. But they just dive into inside of their Triple Whale account, and they show you how they're simplifying their reporting and making their clients kind of feel at ease. And they talk about how ROAS isn't the end all be all, which I feel like a lot of us do know, but at the end of the day, they do talk a lot about those things. So if you're struggling with attribution still, and you're like, man, like I just can't get around this topic with my clients, they give a pretty good write-up on it. So once again, not going to go super deep on that one, but Christian, great job, man. Also, Christian's a dope dude. If you guys know Christian Colgate, I would give him a follow on Instagram as well. Dude is like the Italian stallion, man. Just crushes it in life, and yeah, good follow. All right, next, after the attribution dilemma, do not scale until you do this. Okay, and this segment was really specifically on specifically scaling the agency with teams, right? And what they talked about is like moving fast versus wanting to last type structures. And so what they say is like the question isn't if you should hire people, it's when you should hire, or rather when you should hire people, right? And so with this one, they dive really into the ifs and whens of like when and how you should hire. And then essentially they talk about like when you scale extremely fast, and we even fought through some of this in our agency, was when you scale quickly and you start to bring on new teammates, a lot of times quality tends to drop in the service delivery, which is oftentimes a very difficult thing to overcome because people aren't onboarded appropriately, or sometimes onboarding systems aren't very good. Maybe you're getting some a little bit more junior candidates through your hiring pipeline, and you don't have the most talented team at the time. There's still some training that needs to be done, and so client results tend to slip, client deliverables tend to slip, and so they talk about this in here, and they dive into some of the solutions that they're kind of bringing. But the big takeaway is bad news spreads quickly, right? I think there's like a stat out there, like if you do in the restaurant industry, if you have a bad experience in the restaurant industry, that one person will tell like 25 different people or something along those lines. It's quite a few people, but the people that have a great experience, chances are they tell like 1 to 3 people or something like that. So bad news spreads quickly. So if you're delivering a poor service, that will spread quickly across whatever brands that you're trying to serve, right? People will try to stay away from you. So they talk about the balance between scaling quickly versus scaling at a more measured and a little bit slower pace. And there's nothing wrong with scaling quickly, but just understand that the risks that you take scaling at a fast rate, and that sometimes delivery suffers as a byproduct of scaling quickly. So great write-up. Who did this one? Julian, their CFO. Great write-up. Loved it. So don't scale like crazy until you do this. So they give some really good takeaways in here. So, and then the very last one before we get to the bonus material, and I don't even think I'm going to cover the bonus material because it's copywriting stuff, but Slack structure. If you guys are struggling with communication, they break down to the nitty-gritty detail their entire Slack structure, top to bottom. So it's pretty good. So the levels of their company channels, they talk about announcements versus general channels, their client internal channels, and so they break down their entire communication structure inside of this document. This is probably the thickest one. I think it's like 5 or 6 different pages in here. So and they give screenshots of what's going on inside of their chats, and then they also utilize a Discord channel for more fast communication, more in-office communication, because they have a lot of remote workers, so they want that in-person feeling. So they use Slack channels, voice channels, in order to give that. So pretty cool what they're doing. They've got a lot of different channels, a lot of different Slack channels, but it's organized and it's tiered in a way that makes sense to your team, that will allow them to understand, hey, I need to go here for this, and I need to go here for that, right? And so oftentimes, like all of our Slack channels, they feel very smushed together, or like we're not sure where to communicate. Where do we communicate in the project management software? Do we communicate in the Slack channel? Okay. So, and a good rule of thumb, and I just learned this, I'm going to make a reel about this, a TikTok about this a little bit later. I was talking to my friend Stephanie about this exact problem of like people dropping too many things in the project management software and it not getting done, right? And she said, we have a rule of thumb here that if it happens in Slack, it doesn't count. If it happens in Slack, it doesn't count, right? Because Slack is not the project management software. You can't keep people accountable to what is happening inside of the Slack channel. You can only keep them accountable if it's in the project management software. So they are not allowed to assign anything via the Slack channel, which I thought was pretty cool. So a little takeaway there for you, a little bonus on top of the Slack structure that 4Media has put together here in this packet. So go check that out. And then lastly, we got the copy code notes. So I think this one just pretty much talks about the copywriting. Not going to get into this one too deep, but overall, some good tips and tricks on implementing levels of awareness and sharpening your copywriting skills. That's pretty much it. Boom. Agency Secret Letters is a wrap. Eddie, good work. Good work, team at 4Media. Love the Agency Secret Letters. Excited for next month already. Once again, over delivering on the content. Guys, go check them out. Definitely a cool resource to have on a monthly basis. Probably better than most of the programs out there, simply by getting a letter sent to your house every day or every month. Are you guys vibing with this? There's 8 people here. We have 6 likes on the channel. If you haven't liked yet, drop a like, leave a comment, say what's up in the chat. We'd love to know that you're here. There's a big old water bottle. Whoo! All right, boom. Segment 1 done. Thank you, Sellers Funding, for sponsoring that segment. Appreciate you. Much love. Much love. All right, segment number 2. And we have another sponsorship, of course. Our friends over at Kaizen Media. Kaizen Media sponsoring this next segment. Anthony, what's up, my brother? I hope you're doing good. Hope you guys are doing great today. I don't know why my Kaizen Media sponsorship readout is not here, so give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna find that real quick for you guys because we gotta hook up my friends over at Kaizen Media. All right, it's here. It's here. So, guys, this segment brought to you by Kaizen Media. We're gonna be talking about the 5 strategies to help your business overcome a recession and help your clients overcome the recession. So don't let excuses, lack of knowledge, or lack of time keep you from investing in a content team that knows and understands the agency space like nobody else. A team that works with the likes of Hydra, Lead Jolt, Mr. Ray Johnston from Right Hook Digital, and others to deliver the best content in the industry. Kaizen Media is dedicated to helping entrepreneurs grow their social presence without going through the headache or hiring an editor, managers, or all of the other hurdles keeping you from making money from your social media accounts. Since we're partnering up with them, they are giving all the Hydra clients and Agency Therapy viewers a special discount code to give their entry package for only $600. Typically, it's $899. This includes 15 TikToks and Reels, shorts edited, weekly coaching calls to answer all your content questions, from scripts to best practices, and beta access to their Kaizen University to help you master content without the hassle or excuses. To get this deal, go to kaizenmedia.io/pricing and select their solopreneur package and enter the code Agency Therapy. Yeah, yeet. Let's go. I'm vibing with it, JT. Or said I'm not vibing with it. What are you vibing with, bro? All right. So, Kaizen, thank you for sponsoring this segment. Appreciate you. Much love. Okay, Kaizen actually edits all of our content, or all my personal content. So anything that you see from like Reels to YouTube videos, they edit all that stuff. And they do an excellent job. They're fast, they're efficient, they get it done. So appreciate you guys for doing that. All right, let's chat about it. Recession time. Ooh. Feels bad, man. We finally made it. They've been talking about it for years now, but we finally made it. We feel like we're in the recession, okay? I feel like everyone's feeling it right now. Crypto's down. Stonks are down. People getting scared. It's not fun time, right? Like, there's just a little eeriness in the air right now. people clenching their money a little bit tight. It'll be all right though. It'll be all right. We're in a good market, okay, for this. Marketing agencies, coaches, and consultants, okay? And I'm going to put your guys' minds at ease, okay? And I've got 5 different tactics, strategies to help you overcome the recession that we're about to face, or that we are currently facing. I don't know if we're technically in it. I think we need 2 quarters in a row, right, to be in a recession. So we'll see what happens. I mean, we still got a few days left. I'm not saying there's no chance of a comeback. I'm just saying it just feels like we're headed that way. Okay, but let's talk about the first one, which is focusing on core competencies. Okay, you guys, at the end of the day, you have to be really good at what you're delivering, right? So whatever your service is, whether you're delivering websites, whether you are delivering a media buying service, content creation, you have to be great at those things. And if you are a generalist at these things, at the service that you're delivering, if you are not a specialist and you are not extraordinary at what you deliver, you're not confident that you can get results for every single person that walks through your door, man, you really need to sharpen your skills, and you really got to focus down on your core competencies. And this is where like really becoming a niche agency becomes extremely effective, right? So people that design websites, design websites, be the best designer possible. Okay, you want to make sure that you can deliver your service at a high level. You know, if you're a media buyer, man, the D2C space, it's so tough right now. It's competitive. You got a lot of great marketers out there. And so if you're entering into the marketing agency world for the first time and you're jumping into D2C, man, you got to bring the heat and you got to bring it hard, okay? So with that being said, I'm not saying it's like impossible to win in the D2C space right now, but if you're a new agency owner, specifically in the direct-to-consumer space, and you're running paid ads, man, you gotta be good. Like, you gotta be good at marketing, and you have to know your buyer personas, and you have to understand the true meanings of marketing. And even today, like, I don't even feel like sometimes like I would have the chops to run a D2C agency because it's so intense. You have to be constantly shifting, changing. You have to have resources. You have to have pretty much everything figured out, from content to the actual media buying tactics itself. You need to have backends like email, SMS, like different channels to help generate revenue for your clients. And it's tough, man. It's a really tough niche to be in right now. But the people that are doing it well are doing it big. And the people that are not doing it well, they're shriveling and slightly dying, okay? Because this time is really separating the winners from the losers, okay? So if you're on the losing side, which, guys, there's winners and losers, okay? If you were brought up with, you know, everybody gets the trophy, I'm sorry. You're probably in for a rude awakening, but people lose, okay? It happens. And so if you're on the losing side of this, there is hope, okay? Just know there is opportunities for you to learn those skill sets, what it takes to run an agency, because a lot of people jumped into an agency because they said, I think I could do this. I've never done it before, but I think I can learn it, right? And that's how a lot of people started, but it was a lot easier back in 2018, right? It's a lot easier back in the Facebook glory days. It's a lot harder now. So if that is you, man, like, one of the tactics I tell like young agency owners, like, don't be afraid to jump in with another successful agency owner. Go work for an Ashton Shanks. Go work for a Nick Shackelford. Go work for an Eddie Malouf, Ray Johnson at Right Hook, right? Go work for one of these guys. Learn the tactics. Learn what it takes to run an agency at a big scale. Learn how to become an excellent marketer. Invest time back into your craft if that's truly the route that you want to go, because I guarantee you, man, it is a difficult spot to be in right now, to be in the D2C space. Okay, so you have to focus on your core competencies, guys. Like, that's the main thing. You have to be able to carry your service through this recession, and if you can't do that, if you can't make your clients money, there's just no way to win. Ooh, that was just one. Lord. All right, let's keep chatting. You guys vibing with this? Jeremy said he's vibing with agency therapy. He said there's a delay. There is a delay, Jeremy. That's part of it. That's part of the game. You know, it's part of the streaming game. You're like 30 seconds behind me in real life. So, you know, with that being said, I'm glad you're vibing with it, man. I'm vibing with it too. We got 7 people in here today, which is freaking awesome. It's good to have all of you here. I appreciate you. We're gonna start doing special guests, by the way, eventually in agency therapy. So be on the lookout for that. But that's a side note. Okay, number 2, second strategy to help your agency overcome the recession. Okay, don't stop marketing. Okay, and this is two-sided, right? Like, you got to convince your clients that marketing is still essential, and this is where people always cut marketing budgets first during a recession. Okay, and it's like the first thing that comes top of mind with our clients is that we're going to cut marketing first. Okay, and dude, like, it's a stressful time for everyone, but like, you can't get distracted. And you have to like teach your clients through being distracted of like, we need to cut costs, right? Because really, marketing is the one thing that's going to keep them afloat, right? If you cut off their ability to get customers, then dude, like, at the end of the day, like, yeah, they will lose, right? So you have to be able to continue to nurture those clients. You have to continue to find budgets, even if they're smaller, okay, in order to help your customer continue to grow. But you know, don't forget as well, like, guys, like, anyone that you prospect with, any leads that are generated, dude, you have to go and actually continue prospecting those. Like, as Eddie was talking in his like CRM talk in the agency letters, man, like, you got to clean up the CRM. You got to go back. You got to talk to clients again, or past clients. You got to check in with past clients and make sure you know, you have compelling offers that will bring them back into the mix with you and your team. Okay. You know, and then do your own marketing as well, right? So if you guys aren't running your own strategies when it comes to marketing, and it doesn't have to necessarily just be paid, you know, if you're trying to go the cheaper route, yeah, like, you can do cold outreach, but you have to do a lot of it, right? So don't just stop short and just do like a little bit of content. You got to do a lot of content, or a lot of outreach, right? And then you guys, you should be posting consistently on social media. Like, in it kills me. It truly does kill me that this is still not a tactic that people really hone in on, because, man, you have such a big opportunity with YouTube Reels, with TikTok, because the organic reach there, Twitter, the organic reach is still fantastic. Okay, if you're creating content for like Facebook, okay, I get it. You're probably going to lose there, right? But there's still incredible opportunity on these platforms. There's still great organic reach, and you're just not doing it. And it's not that hard. The playbook has been written for you 100,000 times. Gary Vaynerchuk freaking screams it at the top of his lungs every single day. It's like, just create content. Document the process. Show people what you're doing, what's working for you, what's not working for you. Be transparent. Like, all that bullshit. Gotta do it. It freaking works, okay? I'm doing a freaking live stream for 8 people, okay? Guys, create content. Get traction. You won't win immediately, but you'll win eventually. I'm telling you, it freaking works. Post on social media, and you know, when it comes to social media, you have to get your clients to also post on social media as well. Okay, this is a team effort. So if you guys take anything away from today, please go post on social media. It's crucial if you want to grow your business. Okay, people need to know what you're about. You have to carry a persona about you, dude. Like, I hate posting on social media. I do enjoy the streaming aspect, but like, sitting down and like putting a camera right in my face and like talking and being like, okay, like, this is the topic I'm saying, and like, here's the 3 things to like help you win bigger in your agency. That's freaking hard for me to do, and I don't enjoy it. But I do it anyway, because I know it's gonna help at least one person. I do these live streams because, hey, guess what? A couple people showed up today. That's pretty freaking sweet. So I'm going to continue to do it. And if that tilts you a little bit, I'm sorry, but it's necessary. Okay? So continue posting content. Don't stop marketing. You got to educate your clients on not stopping on their marketing efforts either. Okay? Trust me, people win during recessions. Okay? You can be one of them. I'm going to be one of them. So let's freaking go for it. Okay? That was number 2. You guys with that? You guys vibing? Can I get a like for that? I felt like I was bringing some heat there for like a good 20 seconds. Pop a like on the channel. Would appreciate it. Much love. Much love. Where are we at? 5:38. Plenty of time. Okay. Number 3. You guys do 3 like this or 3 like this? I just gotta know. 3 like this is 1. 3 like this is 2. Drop it in the chat. I need to know. I always do 3 like this. I don't know why. I've always done it that way. But anyway, number 3, protect cash flow. Okay, you guys, recessions, home of the finest. What's up? Let's go in the building. I don't know who you are, but you're home of the finest, and we're glad that you're here. So glad you're here. Okay, protect cash flow. Okay, oftentimes, guys, like, oh man, finances inside of agencies, they drive me bonkers. It really does. Chances are you guys are spending unnecessarily. Got to get those profit margins up, guys. Come on. Like, if cash flow dries up, it's donezo. Snooze. My boy. Love to see it, baby. Love to see it. Good to see you here. Okay. Guys, have to cut back on spending. Like, I know it's bad, and I'm not talking about like the Starbucks coffee. Like, this isn't a Dave Ramsey talk of like pay your debts, type of thing. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. Okay, but you do have to cut back some spending. One of my favorite exercises to do. I say favorite exercises. It's so nerdy. But one of my favorite exercises to do with clients is something called a print and mark exercise. Learned this from Mike McCallowitz. Mike McCallowitz is the GOAT. If you guys haven't read any of his books, go check him out. Profit First, Clockwork, Pumpkin Plan, all of them. Super good. But anyway, he talks about this print and mark exercise. And the print and mark exercise, you print out all of your credit, debit statements, things like credit card statements, anything that where you're charging money to something. Okay, you're going to print those out. I'm going to take a couple highlighters. Okay. And you're going to go through and you're going to highlight expenses that are not necessary for delivering your service. Okay. If it's not necessary to delivering your service, get it out. Softwares, all the other bullshit. I feel weird about my agency literally having $100 a month expense, almost pure profit. Yeah, man. I mean, dude, like $100 expense per month, like, okay, at the end of the day, not a huge deal. But if it's unnecessary to deliver your service, you don't need it. Get it out, okay? Second thing is replaceable. So take a different color and highlight it with a different color, okay? Replaceable. Can it be replaced with a cheaper option? Now, this one is a fine line to walk here because like project management softwares, for example, hard to replace a project management software because it's such an overhaul to go from one to the other. Very difficult to do. So with that being said, don't just like go and like just change softwares because it's cheaper. Do your homework. Does it make sense to actually replace that software with another software? But oftentimes, like simple things like moving from say DocuSign to PandaDoc, pretty much the exact same platform. One's cheaper than the other. You can go. I don't know if one's cheaper than the other, but like I'm just giving an example there. Those are two of the same things, and the setup is relatively easy. So, is there a cheaper option available to what you're currently utilizing? And then lastly, things that you're going to keep. So things that are necessary for delivering your service, you're going to highlight those another color, okay? And you have to have those to deliver your service. Great. Then we have an understanding of what our expenses actually are that are necessary to the business. Okay? Print markers exercise. Little fun trick for you guys. Little fun tactic that you can take back into your agency. Okay? And yeah, protect cash flow. Okay? Profit first, baby. That's what it's all about. The whole reason that you started a business is to generate profit. Okay? Now, number 4. Uno, dos, tres, and cuatro. Okay? Invest in your existing customer base. Okay? You should be holding things like trainings, maybe some live trainings with them through Zoom. You could do a live stream with them like you're doing now. You have to maintain those clients, and you have to continue to invest back into them and educate them on similar things like I'm educating you guys on right now. And when you do that, there's a couple things that happen. One, they get educated and they get less fearful of something like a recession, and they're like, oh, okay, like this is what I should be doing, okay? But you also start to cultivate that relationship with them and show them that you have their back and essentially treat them with respect, and you want to make sure that, you know, your actions are aligned moving forward, and that trust will help, one, build community, but it'll also help build their need for you as a service. So if you're not building community within your agency, then you're becoming replaceable, and oftentimes people won't feel bad about leaving you. And so essentially, like during this time, you can even do this with past clients as well. You can go in and actually start doing trainings with them, okay? And start teaching them things, just like I'm teaching you guys now about being better business owners, right? It doesn't necessarily just have to be about marketing, better business owners in general, right? Leadership skills, all of those things. So take some trainings back with you and start working with your clients, okay? And oftentimes, when you build relationships like this, when you give back in a different capacity, in a larger capacity than just what you're fulfilling on, then oftentimes you'll wow that customer and you'll either win someone back or you'll keep them for a very long time. You guys still with that? Like, I hope that's making sense. I hope this is a good list for you guys. If not, I guess you could just leave the stream. But don't do that, because we have number 5 still, the 5th strategy to help your agency get through the recession. Delegate, automate. Okay, in a time of crisis, you as the business leader must steer the ship, and you have to be ready to put out fires and make tough decisions. But you have to also shift to the landscape of wherever we're going, wherever this recession might be taking us. And so you have to make sure that you have high-level tasks on your schedule, and that you can automate a lot of the nitty-gritty stuff, the things that you don't necessarily want to do if possible, and start delegating away to your team. And if you don't have teams, I totally get it. If you don't have teams, then you have to learn how to prioritize extremely well. If you don't have the book, where is it at? Here it is. I think I've recommended this book like a good 10 times this week. Essentialism. Go check that out. It's by Greg McCown. One of the best books on my bookshelf. Essentialism. Guys, you gotta learn to prioritize. Okay, so if you can't delegate, you have to learn to prioritize and figure out what the biggest financial return to your business is going to be, and be able to do those tasks. And I always talk about this with a lot of my clients, is production tasks versus maintenance tasks. Production tasks being things that generate revenue or help you maintain revenue. Those are the things that you really want to hold on to, and the things that you really should be doing the most in your business, and your team should be focusing on the most in your business. And then maintenance tasks, things that kind of like keep the ship together, and like doing taxes, running payroll, which I guess that could be considered production tasks. But things that maintain the business. Okay, like automate your payroll. If you don't have payroll automated, what are you doing? Automate it. Super easy. Okay, get on QuickBooks. I think it's like 2 buttons. Okay, automate it. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. If you're still running payroll manually, stop it. There's easy automations for that. Okay, so delegate and automate. Do production tasks. It's key. It's a key lever to pull. Okay, those are the five strategies to help your agency make it through this recession, or if we're even in a recession yet, I don't know. But the big key, guys, don't give up. Okay, you just gotta push through. You have a little grit. You need to have a little. Need to stay headstrong. So keep pushing, keep grinding. You guys got this. Recession doesn't hold us back. Hell no. It's too easy. It's too easy to get past. Okay, so keep moving. Stay agile. All of the motivational stuff. Okay, does that make sense? I feel exhausted delivering that message to you. I don't know why. Just really just crept back up on me. So you guys are rocking right now. You guys have been here for a while. 7, 8 of you guys, 9. I think I saw 10 at one point. So I appreciate you guys hanging around. Thank you so much. Kaizen Media, thank you for sponsoring this segment. You guys are the freaking best, man. I love me some Kaizen Media. I'm just thirsty today. I don't know if you guys can tell. I just haven't gotten enough water. I'm just slurping up all the water over here today. All right, what are we talking about next? All right, last little segment. It'll be a quick one, and then we'll open up the Q&A. Our switch to ClickUp. I know, it's surprising. I've been a Monday guru, and I legitimately say guru about Monday. I don't say guru about much, but I'm a legitimate guru when it comes to Monday.com. Pretty good at it, okay? Been using Monday.com for almost 6 years now, and I gave it the boot. I'm sorry, Monday.com, but I had to make the switch. Chris Cunningham stole my heart. If you guys don't know who Chris Cunningham is, he's the CEO or the founder of ClickUp. But we made the switch to ClickUp because honestly, social pressure. Everyone else was doing it. I was like, why? Why is everyone doing this? Like all my friends, all my agency friends switching to ClickUp. Like, why are you doing this? They're like, it's sweet. Like, have you checked it out? I was like, not in a while. So it used to suck, to be honest. Now it's great. So we switched to ClickUp because this is where a lot of the agency space was moving. Okay, and if you kind of look at, I don't know, I posted a couple polls. This is like a very minimal sample size, so take this with a grain of salt. I posted something in Twitter and across Instagram that was like, hey, you know, what does your agency use project management software? And I dropped ClickUp, I dropped Monday, I dropped Asana, and I think like one other one or another. And 60% of people were using ClickUp. Agency owners were using ClickUp. So I was like, damn. I was like, that's a lot. And then it was split up amongst the rest of them. And so for me, I was like, dang, well, if a majority of my clients / you know, a lot of the network is starting to move to ClickUp, we should probably take another look at it. Well, we took a look and had a lot of cool features. And one feature that I just couldn't get my mind off of was the ability to share templates across different spaces. And that was huge for us because we run a consultancy, and so now we can start developing templates for digital marketing agencies, whether that is, you know, workflows, whether that is, you know, early CRM. So like if you can't afford a CRM as an agency, but you still need something to manage, you know, client lead flow, sweet. Like, you know, we can design a lot of those things to get you started in those areas, right? And then you can of course add on to them as you go, but we can simply transition those templates from one agency to another. And for me, like, that sold me right there because Monday can't do that. I think Notion can do that. I think Asana can do that. But ClickUp can do that. And they've just been adding a lot of cool features. They have a documents feature that's very similar to how Notion runs. They have the ability to do whiteboards now, which if you guys use Miro.com, they have a whiteboard feature now that's very similar to Miro. So they're doing a lot of cool things. They're really changing the space when it comes to project management software. So really excited for where they're going. And so we decided to jump ship and change over to ClickUp. It's been a huge headache. It sucks changing project management softwares, but we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to setting this up for ourselves. I'm even running agency therapy out of ClickUp currently. So we have our sponsorship cards in there. We have all of the notes for agency therapy. So it's a great platform. I love it. We're working on getting some sort of sponsorship through ClickUp right now to get discounts for our clients and all of that good stuff. So yeah, it's a great platform. And if you guys have questions on it, I would love to answer those. So, and that's essentially it. Okay. That's pretty much it for ClickUp. I don't know. I don't want to like go too nitty gritty on like what we're utilizing it for, because like that's a whole other topic. I could talk about what we're utilizing it for an hour. We got great, like we have our whole content strategy in there. Our client success departments runs out of there now. We're managing most of our clients, not all of them yet. We're still working on building dashboards and a lot of the infrastructure of our client management system in there. But we're starting to build our systems out of there as well. So we're actually moving off Notion into ClickUp for that. So everything is inclusive on one platform, which I kind of like. I used to not like it as much, but I like it now because they just organize things so well inside of ClickUp. So it is a little clunky. It's a little slow sometimes, but overall, I give it like a 9 out of 10 as a project management software goes. So that's it for ClickUp. You guys ready to do some Q&A? Can I get some thumbs up, some 1s, some 2s, some 3s and 4s in the chat for some Q&A? I don't know why my throat is just so dry today. All right. If you guys want to jump over into the Discord channel, jump on in. I'm going to open it up real quick. You can hop in. We already got someone listening. Or maybe it's me just listening. Agency therapy. All right. So if you guys want to jump into the Discord channel and come and chat it up, we'd love to answer some questions that you guys have. Jump on in. Got Proxy 1 that just jumped in. Good to see you, man. You guys don't forget you have to raise your hand to come up on the old stage here. So come on up and we'll answer some questions. If you guys don't have the link, let me drop it in there for you real fast. if you're not inside the channel already. If you're not, what are you doing? Where have you been all my life? Should have been here by now. Copy, here it is, coming in the chat. Yeet. Come hang out with us. Join the dark side. Yo, Proxy, what's good, my man? Oh, did my Discord just crash? Oh no, it didn't.
Hello?
Yo, what's up, dude?
How's it going?
Good, man. What's your name, real quick? Oh, he fell off the map. We're bringing him back. Bringing him back. There we go.
Yo, sorry, man. It's my first time using this.
Yeah, you're good, brother. Welcome to the Discord. It's good to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, man.
My name is David.
David, great to meet you, man. How's the week going?
Nice to meet you too. The week's going good, man. How's the week going for you?
Dude, it's been a good week. So I've had to pack an entire week in the first 3 days. Hence why we're doing agency therapy today versus Thursdays, because I leave tomorrow for a friend's bachelor party. So
nice.
Having to cram a lot of work into a short amount of time. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little tired, but we're rocking.
That's nice, man. Where are you? Where's the bachelor party gonna be at?
We're gonna be in Michigan, so we go flying out of Nashville tomorrow afternoon, and yeah, it's like a Thursday through Sunday thing. It's super long. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I gotta party that long. I was like, I can barely party for like 2 or 3 hours. I was like, let alone 4 days. So, but it'll be fun. Some college friends, all of that. So, yeah, man.
That's good, man.
Well, you got some questions for us? Anything that we can
help you with?
I
mean, no, I'd love to I think a friend of mine actually, not a friend of mine, but his name is Nick, I think.
Nick Terrio.
He told me about you. He was telling me about the way you organize yourself.
Yeah.
Was it?
Nick,
something like that?
Yeah, Nick Terrio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm kind of like the ops guy, you know. So it's I spend a lot of time staying organized for sure.
Okay.
I'm pretty decent at it. Yeah, you, like personal schedule. Are you talking about business? Like what? Like
both, man. Just living life, you know.
Yeah, man. Well, yeah. So kind of here's the tactics, right? And for me, I kind of covered it just a little bit on the live stream, but when it comes to like really organizing your day, you have to learn to like really block time out for certain activities. Okay, so for me, and this is what works for me, this doesn't work for everyone. I'm a morning person. If you're not a morning person, then this is probably not the formula for you, but I have to have some sort of quiet time, right? Time that I can do like deep work sessions for like 3 to 4 hours a day, where I can dive in and really focus on the 2 to 3 things that I need to get accomplished for the day. And normally within a 3 to 4 hour window, I can get most of those things completed. But here's the thing, I can't have distractions, right? I can't have Slack notifications going off. I can't have Instagram DMs popping. Okay, so what I do is to completely block that off. I just wake up before everyone else does. And if I wake up before everyone else does, then I never have those notifications really going wild, and I don't really have, people don't really bother me during those hours. So normally I'm waking up between 4:30 and 5:30 a.m. Go into the office bright and early. Normally I'm there by 6 a.m. and I'll work from about 6 to 9. It's about a 3-hour window. If I'm feeling really ambitious, I'll get there around 5:30, and I'll have 3.5, 4 hours of deep work time that I can really focus in on one specific thing, 2 specific things. And these things are what I consider needle mover items, right? They're revenue generating items, things that are going to help my business either grow or it's going to help me keep clients longer. Okay, and that's the whole scope that I look through, is revenue generating or help me keep clients longer. Because if I can increase the lifetime value of my clients, I'm naturally going to grow. And if I can do something in my business that's going to help me get more clients, then I'm naturally going to grow. Okay, and so those are the main two things that I focus on for the first 4 hours of the day. After that, after 9:30, is when my whole world just starts breaking down, right? All the Slack messages start coming through. I get the text messages, wifey's calling me, Instagram DMs, Twitter DMs, people, you know, I'm putting out my content, so I'm getting comments on Instagram, all of that stuff, right? And so
Yeah.
when that starts to happen, it's really hard to focus in on one thing. I'm sure you've had it before where, you get an Instagram DM and you're like popping over to your phone, and then you get a Slack message and you're popping over to Slack. And so your attention just gets pulled when the world is awake. And so I always recommend people, like, either at the beginning of a day or at the end of the day, you need to have quiet time. You need to have time where you can get into the trenches, do the nitty gritty work, and be able to really do the focused, attentive work that you and your team actually need to help grow the business.
100%.
Because it's not chances are it's not happening from 9 to probably 4. Like, there's just, in my experience, it just doesn't happen because there's too many other things going on. My team needs my help, my clients need my help, and so I need to give them that attention then. And for me, I just can't do evenings because, like, after a full day of work or after talking with clients, like, I talk for most of the day. I do, agency therapy, I do client calls, I take, calls with, like sales calls, whatever it might be. So doing that much work and like talking that much, like, I can always bring energy. Like, I could do something like this for multiple hours, but after I'm done with it, I'm completely drained, right? So that's why I don't really do any deep work sessions in the evening. It's not how my brain is wired. That's why I do it in the morning.
What time do you sleep?
So I go to bed roughly around 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And it normally allows me to get that's 10, 11, 12, 1, 2,
8 hours,
3,
like
4,
6
5.
hours?
Yeah.
6 hours?
Roughly 6 to 7, right? So, and for me, like 7 is like the sweet spot for me. I don't necessarily need 8. I do function well on 8, but like between 7 and 8 is normally like the sweet spot for me. Like, I feel really good from that. Anything under 6, I'm a mess. Like, I might as well not even get out of bed. So that's why I'm pretty strict about my bedtime. I'm normally in bed by like 9, and I'll like kind of, it's a bad habit. I need to break it, but like, I don't know. I like playing on my phone and like, watching some TikToks, YouTube videos, whatever it might be. So it's a bad habit, but I do some of that before I go to bed.
We're all human, right?
Yeah, exactly, man. But normally I'm asleep by 9:30.
Good to also like innovate too, because like in your position, you're innovating and unifying, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%.
So
man.
you find some things on TikTok, and these things like are very useful tools these days. So like it inspires you especially for your agency.
Oh, 100%, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm constantly looking for, other ideas, and it's like that's what helps me generate a lot of my own ideas is, kind of taking inspiration from other people, right?
What kind of, so you have a full agency?
So I used to have a full agency. So I used to be the chief operating officer of a digital marketing agency that created content, ran paid media, and social media management for direct consumer brands. So we worked with a lot of prominent brands like Snow Teeth Whitening, like Care, the Udi. So we worked with a lot of big brands back in the day. So this was 2018 to 2020. In 2020, we sold our agency. We sold it to a venture capitalist firm, and after that decided to take a step away and start my consultancy. And I've been running this consultancy for about 1.5 years now.
Awesome. Good job, man.
Yeah, thank you,
Good
man.
for you.
Appreciate
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's been a wild journey.
Yeah, man. Have you ever dealt with like medical clinics?
No. So we're mostly in the D2C space, but we actually work with quite a few like lead gen agencies. So we work with lead gen agencies, like real estate agencies.
Awesome.
What else? Contractors, like painting contractors.
Awesome.
A bunch of different contractor agencies. So we have a bunch in that field. We don't work with anyone in the medical though.
Okay. Yeah, no, because I'm in the medical niche, and
Nice,
like
man.
I'm just starting off with the agency too. So like I'm going through like lots of stuff right now and organizing and trying to find the right employees to help me, and like it's not easy, not at all.
Yeah. Oh,
So
dude,
like,
it's very difficult. Do you mind? Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
no, of course not.
Cool, man. So where are you currently at in the agency? And maybe I can help you with a few things.
Like right now, I have like a couple clients, a
Okay.
handful of clients,
Okay.
and medical medical clinics.
Cool.
And I have a barber shop. So this guy, he owns 6 barber shops, so I help him out too with all 6 of them,
Okay.
basically.
Gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
basically for like where I am at right now in the agencies, like I do everything. So I build the websites, I do the ads, I do everything like content creation, copywriting, email marketing. I'm doing all the work right now for all these brands, and like it's basically right now at the point where I have to start employing people
Yep.
so that I can be sustainable to acquire new clients. And
Gotcha.
so building my system. So that's where I'm at right now in the
Gotcha.
agency.
Beautiful, man. Do you mind me asking where you're at in revenue per month?
We're like almost around like so like one of them is dependent because we have like we also take like percentage from the clinics that we
Okay.
make.
Yep.
So we're like 8-10,000,
Okay. Beautiful, man. That's a good
something like
start.
that.
Yeah, it's a great start. One thing,
Thanks, man.
like a couple things, like on the percentage sides, um, it's a good model for a little bit, but as you continue to scale up, you I recommend maybe looking at doing more of like a retainer model only. Just increase your price point just a little bit to kind of balance that off because unfortunately, like as you scale, tracking down performance metrics becomes extremely
Hmm.
difficult at scale. So imagine having to track down performance metrics for say 50 clients, right? Uh,
Yeah.
becomes becomes very difficult, and it's like you almost need a full time person to just track down what everyone does in revenue, and then people don't respond to you. And so one thing that we've noticed on the performance side is that just metrics are very hard to track down, like getting people's P&Ls or getting and depending on which metrics you're kind of leaning into, like I know a lot of people do like based off ad spend, which you'll have transparency on, but in my opinion, like I
Hmm.
just like the simplicity of retainer and
Hmm.
being able to
Because
just
I have access to like all their like how much money they're making and everything
yeah.
on the back end.
Okay.
So so is that like what you're talking about as well?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah, 100%. Yep. And so
mhm.
oftentimes like and you might have the perfect system down where you get
No,
people
100%.
yeah where you get people to give you some of that back end information, but every once in a while, like people won't want to give you the back end,
Hmm.
information, right? And maybe it's a stipulation that
Yeah,
you utilize to like, hey, like this is how we work.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
um, just as you continue to scale, no, it just adds a layer
Mhm.
of complexity of you being able to collect money, right?
Because to be honest, like where I want to go is where I want to be. Is I want to be like I want to start off with just like I'm really hyper focused on the medical niche, and eventually I want to be able to build the full software for medical clinics
Nice, beautiful.
with EMS, EMR, sorry, and booking systems and booking flows optimized to the max ability possible,
Sure.
basically.
Yeah, I love that, man. Yeah, a lot of people in the lead gen space transition into specific softwares that will help them and their clients be able to book those leads a little bit more efficiently. So definitely a good
Yeah.
place. See a lot of people make that transition. So and
Hmm.
if you're in the right niche, if you're educated enough in it, you can definitely make that happen.
No, 100%. Yeah, man. No, it's really nice hearing that from someone who's in the field, and is familiar with all this as well. So, like, when you were in the position of hiring people, like, where did you go? How did you find people?
Yeah, 100%, man. So I mean, we had a pretty good recruiting system down when it came to hiring like new employees. So essentially, we had a couple different things. We ran like Indeed ads for like bringing in different prospects or not prospects, but different people that wanted to work with us. And so we ran Indeed, was one of the pieces, but also we had a really good internship program as well built into our business that allowed us to get like fresh new talent like every 90 days. And so oftentimes we would train people through our internship program and then graduate them into like a paid position on our team. So those were like the main two tactics. If you're really looking for like high expertise type people, it depends like what kind of model you're going with, but like oftentimes like really high expertise people, you're probably gonna have to get them from other agencies. So there's a lot of we call it poaching, but there is a lot of that happens like through LinkedIn and people just doing outreach to other agencies to try and attract like top tier talent. Because at the end of the day, it's like it's either you're paying for time or you're paying for experience type of thing of like you have to either train them to get them to where you want them to be, and that takes time, or
Exactly.
you have to just pay more and be able to get someone with better experience.
Yeah. So the internship part, like, did the government pay you guys to?
I wish the government paid us to do internships. That would have been fantastic. No, we so the way are you here in the United States?
I'm in Canada.
Canada, gotcha. I don't know the rules and regulations for Canada specifically, but here in the United States, it kind of works two different ways. So if you are getting connected with schools and you're trying to run an internship program that is unpaid and for credit for the university, you have to have some sort of curriculum in place. So what we did is we put together a 12-week curriculum, a 12-week internship that we could take our internships through. And truthfully, I didn't have any curriculum built at this time. I built an outline for a curriculum and I sent it to the school, and they were like, "Yep, this is good enough. See that you have some sort of curriculum in place. Go ahead and run it." And what I did after that was I just built the curriculum as we went, right? And so, week one, all of our interns get there. I think this was, like 9 interns at the time.
I love that.
Yeah, is what we brought on. And so week number one,
Wow.
it was like, I don't know, like intro to marketing or like marketing 101. And like I just taught like a very basic training on marketing. And then after that, I kind of like let them loose. Like, hey, like I'm gonna put you in pods. This pod's gonna shadow the content team. This pod's gonna shadow the media buying team. This pod is gonna shadow our post production team, right? And I was like, and each week they would have like some sort of like technical skill that they were supposed to learn and they're supposed to go and deploy. And so, day one it was like like workshopping and like learning about something. And then, the second day that they were in, because they were normally in there 3 days per week. The second day, it was, hey, this is the mission for this week. You need to be able to produce 10 high quality photos of an e-commerce product, right? And so we would teach them, we'd give them resources, like self-taught resources of like, hey, like here's a course on like how to work an Sony A7 A7 III, right? You're going to learn how to operate this camera today. And you're going to learn a little bit about lighting techniques. And you're going to go through these 3 courses that I didn't even build. We had them for our internal staff. And then we essentially put them through that on day 2. And then day 3 was application. So it's like, hey, you have to produce 10 photos today. And then at the end of the day, you're going to take the photos in the morning. You're going to edit in the afternoon. And before we leave for the day, you're going to present the photos that you made, and we're going to give you feedback on how these photos can get better. And we did that for 12 different weeks across like 12 different subjects around marketing, content creation, social media management, all that good stuff.
Nice, man. That's amazing. Wow.
It took a lot of time, but luckily I had a team also, so the team helped me develop some of the internship curriculum. So it wasn't just on me. So and it's kind of a long-term play. It's definitely not where I would start, but if you're looking for cheap acquisition of talent and you're looking for the ability to train people up in your own system, it works extremely well, and we had really good luck with it.
Yeah. No, it's a really, really good idea. Like, would you recommend Upwork?
Yeah, man, Upwork is definitely a good place to start. I mean, obviously it's on the cheaper side, and like you have to go through quite a bit of talent before finding the appropriate person or the right person. So just know it's a volume game when it comes to places like Upwork. Sometimes you get good people, but sometimes you get really bad people, and at the end of the day, it's your reputation on the line. So
Yeah.
you have to be very careful on who you bring on. When
Is
it
there a
comes,
country you recommend, like, to look for in specific from, like, talent from, like
yeah,
Romania?
yeah, good question. So the um, as the Eastern European countries right now have been really known for incredible talent, especially like
Yeah.
it's super unfortunate like with Ukraine, being attacked
Hmm.
or whatever, because dude, like they had such a great talent pool in the digital marketing space. Extremely smart people,
Yeah.
engineers. They had marketers. They had media buyers. Like dude, like a ton of great talent out of there.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, like a lot of those people are refugees now or are currently fighting a war. So um, it's one of those things that they have great talent over there. It's just it's
Yeah.
the that area is in a state of turmoil, and so right now it's kind of
Hmm.
hard to get people out of there. But I've heard a lot of great things about people in like Central America, South America. A lot of people going to Jamaica for certain parts of their staff
Really?
that speak incredible English. They're very talented individuals and they're quick learners. So definitely South America is a place that we've kind of seen, and then of course you have the Philippines, and
Anywhere specifically in South America? Like a
that's
country?
that's a great question. I haven't done much hiring out of there. The remote like overseas working environment
Yeah.
was a little bit different. A lot of people were going to the Philippines when I was running my agency, so
Yeah, exactly.
um,
100%.
and so I don't know. I would maybe do a little bit of research, reach out to some
Hmm.
other people in your network, and see what they're doing.
I'll look into it.
Yeah, but I've heard
Thanks, man. I appreciate the honest.
yeah, of course, man. Yeah, I try not to give any advice that I'm not sure on.
Yeah, yeah, no, 100%. No, 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 for sure. No, you've been super helpful, man. This is like the best therapy for anything, man. Honestly.
That's what I like to hear, man. Any other questions?
I mean, pretty much like I think you answered everything, my man. Thank
Let's
you so
go.
much.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, good luck in
That's
building
sweet.
the agency. Hopefully, we'll see you around in the Discord channel a little bit more. We have a bunch of different channels. We have chat channels.
Yeah,
We have a bunch of stuff going on in there. So feel free to
I
drop
will be
questions
on there.
if things jump up. And yeah, we essentially do this every Thursday. So don't be afraid to drop on by. We do it at the same time every week. So
Awesome. No, I will not for sure. And I'll be definitely looking out for that Discord more
beautiful.
often.
Love it. Love it.
Okay, my man. Have a great rest of your day.
All right, buddy. We'll talk soon.
Take care.
Peace.
Bye bye.
Agency Therapy Crew. If you guys want to jump in the Discord, ask some questions, feel free to drop on in. We'd love to have you in here. We'd love to chat it up. The link is in the chat if you are just jumping in and you're not in the Discord channel. But would love to answer some final questions. What's great about YouTube, guys, is that if you're just getting here, one, hello, say what's up in the chat. We'd love to know that you're here. But you can actually go back in time and see about the topics that we talked about before this. So just had a great conversation with Mr. Proxy there, but also we had some great conversation earlier in the live stream. So go back, check that out if you haven't yet. I'll give you another 30 seconds to jump into the Discord channel if no one else jumps in right now. Totally cool. We'll wrap it up just a little bit early. I'm gonna go get some rest. Go get a little extra work done today. Hope you guys enjoyed this agency therapy live. Hope you guys have been enjoying the agency therapy on YouTube. It's been a ton of fun for me. Helps me create content, one, but gets me more consistent on just speaking in public, speaking to you guys. So I appreciate you being here. Doesn't look like anyone else has questions for the day, so much love. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your week. Go crush it. Stay consistent. Remember, the boring work are the things that move the needle. So go and do the boring work. Go be consistent. You guys got this. Love ya. See you on the next one. Peace.